Actually, that's an understatement. I want to profusely thank you, Mr. Chi, Mr. Slama. I've known Mr. Slama for years. He knows the history between the Ocean View School District and the city of Huntington Beach on some issues in Oakview and the difficulties we've had. And I'm not going to rehash every single grievance or issue that we've had because you're here for positive reasons. But it would be irresponsible of me not to talk about a couple things. But first, I want to tell you how impressed I am with your willingness to want to come here and present to us. I don't think we've seen anybody from the city of Huntington Beach in 8 years. That's not an exaggeration. I think the first year I was elected in 2012, we saw someone once about the Community Services Commission, which I know that actually the school districts have been unceremoniously removed from. That's a grievance I have, and I think our whole board has. You might want to revisit that with the current city council, because I think there may be a change in their hearts and may want to fix that. And I think it's something that does need to be fixed. Maybe even reimagined, used and utilized in some other way, that commission. But again, back to the fact that I'm very pleased that you're here, because what this shows is that there's been a change at the city of Huntington Beach, a change in leadership, not only on the city council, because we have newly elected folks there in Natalie Mosier and Dan Kalmick. And I think Kim Carr has interest in the neighborhood and making things better there. Even Eric Peterson at a time was very interested in helping the community there. I think you now have a council that is probably fully interested in helping the Oakview community for one reason or another, but mainly because it's the right thing to do. And for probably 30 years, the community has been overlooked, neglected, and abused. And so I want to thank you for bringing this plan to us. It's actually, it's phenomenal. It's something that I thought I would never see in my lifetime because of what has happened in the past. So thank you, to both of you, and thank you to the city council members who I know drive these issues, just like this board of trustees drives the issues to make things better in all of our neighborhoods. I noticed that you used the cover of the OC Weekly, and I'm sure you've read that article. Obviously, you referenced it and you know about the work that we've had to do in the neighborhood. And I guess the situation there has gotten a lot better because of the work of the school district. But at that time, the city of Huntington Beach fought us tooth and nail. In fact, we had to sue the city because they did not want to correct the situation at the trash dump, unfortunately. So I'm pleased that you see things differently and that you want to beautify the neighborhood and you want to help the Oakview community because, as you said, it's vibrant, it's full of life, and it's beautiful. I do like this mini pitch. I think this is fantastic. I wholeheartedly support it. Of course, if our folks in the facilities department can land, that we have the land to be able to do it, and I think we do, that would be wonderful to do. You know, I was thinking about something related to the litigation that we had before. You might want to query our neighbors, the Republic Trash Services, because they have a big piece of land there. It's called the Wintersburg. And as you know, we're tied into that. We have a global settlement that we have an agreement of landowners there and with them. And we share a property line with them. And maybe it would be nice if they donated the land to the city so that this pitch could be built there. Or maybe the city could purchase it or work with us somehow to do something to acquire that, because it's just sitting there degrading, unfortunately. Lastly, I want to say that there's something that you could look into. The CUP of the trash dump requires them to have a green tree line, something that my colleague, Trustee Briscoe over there, is laughing, but he's only laughing because he said this probably, 150 times, but I'm going to say it for him tonight. We need to look into enforcing that CUP because for them to operate there, they were supposed to put up a whole line of trees to create a physical barrier so that the smell can't get across. And it's very faint now, but it still does exist a little bit on certain days. So if you could look into that, Mr. Chi, I'd appreciate it. In closing, because my time's running out here for this round of deliberations, I want to say again, thank you so much. I appreciate your stellar work on this. I fully support what you'd like to do, as long as you work with our staff and they give us the green light and say this is things that we can do. I'm sure they'll present it to the board and we can give our approval. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Oakview community is very special to me, and I just really appreciate you being here this evening and giving us the opportunity to work together. Thank you so much, gentlemen.